Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I hope everyone on this call is well. It is Monday, the 20th of January. We are officially in the third week of Jan. I hope your trading has been going well. For the ones who are plugging into this, I hope that you've learned a lot. I hope that you're gaining more and more every time you're plugging into these daily market outlook videos. But yeah, let's get straight into this call. So as you guys can see, we are on the dollar at the moment. But just for anyone who is new, who's just plugged into this YouTube video and don't have a clue what's going on, I basically do a market outlook every single morning, just to help people, understand the charts a lot more and give them that extra mentorship every single morning. So you can come onto this and go, okay, I know what he's seeing, I can see it. Or you can also, basically see what I see and maybe think different, which is also going to happen sometimes as well. I'm not always going to be right, and you're not always going to be right, and that is part of the game that we're in. So let's get straight into it. We're starting off today with the dollar. So obviously the dollar, the most important pair, the dollar has, the most liquid inside of the financial markets, which only means right for us to basically make sure that we're paying attention to the dollar and what the dollar is doing. Because if we're trading a lot of the pairs against the dollar, GBP USD, Euro USD, NZ USD, so on and so on and so on, then obviously we're trading pairs that correlate against the dollar. So if we're wanting a dollar to go up, we're expecting GBP USD, Euro USD, NZ USD, AUD USD to go down, and so on and so on and so on. So let's get straight into this market outlook here. So as you guys can see, as always, I'm going to go straight into it on this 4 hour, but you can see that I have my daily higher low and my daily higher high, and then my daily break structure is here. So that is my daily market structure at the moment. Now, as you guys should know, and if you already don't, when we have a daily range and we have a daily high low, daily high high, of course the 4 hour should be eventually trading downwards into a minimum of 50%, and then hopefully seeing that 4 hour have that change of trend to go and break this higher high. So first thing that I always want to see is a minimum of 50% of this leg met. So as you guys can see, if I just get this Fibonacci tool, you'll be able to see that we have tapped in below this 50% level. So I would expect to see, anywhere below the 50%, a demand area met, but also a change of trend to carry this trend on upwards. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys on here. But we are now in the discount zone of the daily time frame. So first thing that I can see is if we follow the 4 hour trend right now, you'll be able to see that we have been here creating higher highs and higher lows. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So we had a change of trend here. And now we've been, this is a valid break high here as well. But I just wanted to play this off. We come up and then we've gone into a downtrend. We're now in this range right here, and we've had another break. Some people will class that as a liquidity sweep, which is absolutely fine, of course. But me, it's something I call a fractal break. We have external breaks, which is your daily time frames, and then for me, you have your fractal breaks as well. Now, looking at the dollar, there's two ways we can look at it. For me, I'm not interested in sales because this supply area here got reacted out. So this supply area, we already had a reaction from this here and here. Now, once we get a reaction from the supply area, we should break structure to then carry on the trend. Now, we didn't get that. That's why it's a little bit tricky currently on the dollar. And what we got is we obviously had a break of this. We come back up straight away. We didn't break. We come back up again to liquidate this. And then we come down, and then we had this movement up to break this high. So there's two ways I look at it. There's 3 or 4 touches there. So for me, straight away, I'm not too sure if we are going to just melt from here. Obviously, the possibility is there, of course. But the way that we're just moving, if we come into this once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, if we come into this that many times, why would it not have already broke this low already? That's just the way that I look at that, of course. But I'm not saying it can't happen. Of course it can. Now, the other side to it is, Okay, so we had this movement up. We had a break of structure here. Let me just get rid of this actually. So we had this movement up. We had a little break structure here. And obviously we had a demand area. Now this demand area, you can see wick down. And then we obviously did go up and carry on the momentum. So again, it's very, very sticky. So right now, we've obviously had that demand area where we had the demand area and also imbalance above. We come up, the candle finished like this, and now we're having a little movement down. So I'm interested to see how the dollar's going to react out of today. Just first and foremost, because right now, once we met that demand, we should have broke again at this high, and then we should be looking at now taking this higher. But of course, we haven't got that. We are still trapped, basically within this range. We've still been trapped within this range. So again, it's a little bit sticky for you guys to obviously probably trade. So what I would advise anyone on here doing is either waiting for a break of structure either side. So either waiting for a break, so you can then look for a demand area to carry this dollar on upwards, or of course vice versa, and waiting to see if you can get a break downwards. Now again, trading's patient. You shouldn't have to trade every single day. So if you're like, oh, I need to trade, it is what it is. Like you have to be patient sometimes. If I drop down to the 1 hour, I like to drop half. So let me see the 2 and the 1. Let's see what the 1 hour is doing. Okay, so the other way that you can look at this is this whole big ugly candle here is a demand area. It is a demand area. It's a 1 hour demand area. It's ugly. It's big. It's not something that you can take a trade off. So the only thing I could, advise you guys doing, and myself, of course, is waiting for that change of trend. So if you look at the trend that we're in right now, we've come down, come up, and then obviously we're having this, downwards trend. What I would wait for right now is a break above this high. That's confirmation one. And if you get a double break, so one break, two breaks, then I would 100% looking, for the dollar to carry on this trend upwards. So first break I would wait for is this sorry, this break here of this 15-minute. That would be the first confirmation that the 15-minute has now gone from a downtrend into an uptrend, and you also have your level of demand area met. So that is first thing that I'd be looking for is, can we get one break? And if we get a break above this, then we can potentially look to see how we react on the second one. And if we get a double break like that, then you guys and me should be looking for the dollar to carry on upwards and then to come back down and then carry on upwards with that. So that is what I'd keep an eye on for the dollar. But right now, if you look from a 1 hour perspective, 1 second, a 15-minute 1 hour perspective, supply is still in control. Supply, 15-minute supply is still in control until we break. So what could happen is we could carry this trend on downwards, and we could just keep going downwards, playing in the smaller time frame supply areas, because this level of supply is in control. This level of supply all here, a little bit of consolidation, this pullback, a little bit of a 15-minute break, pull it back in now, and we could just carry this trend on upwards. So yeah, keep an eye out on that for the dollar. Now let's go over to the other pairs and see what's going on. If we start off with a 4 hour, you'll be able to see that we are in, as always, as I like to show, we're in this daily range from this lower high to this lower low. So we're still in that daily range. We've got our break structure here. Now, obviously, that is the external trend. That is the external trend. And as you can see, we've got the 4 hour trends that is happening in between. So when we have this big break, so what I always like to say to people is, and it's not always going to happen, but if we have, a big daily structure like this, as you guys should know me by now, I would like to see 50% retracement. Now we've come close to that 50%, but obviously we've got a lot of imbalance here. So usually I would like to see a 50% retracement up into this and then carry this trend on downwards. We've not had that right now, so could we still get that? Yes, of course, but we just got to play what we see. Now, let me get rid of this. Now go into the 4 hour. You'll be able to see that we had our 4 hour range. So the last 4 hour break structure we had was here. We have our last 4 hour lower high and 4 hour lower low. Now you can see that we've been trending upwards and moving away from that 4 hour supply area here, which is again a positive sign. So let's see what's what. So we're in this 4 hour supply. We've had a reaction from there right now. We've had us drop down to the 2 hour and 1 hour. Let's see what's going on. I think on Monday I actually give out this area. So if you remember Monday, I was talking about we're coming into this and then getting a break. We had a break here, as you guys can see. We had a break here, and then straight away we come and reacted from, this level of supply, 1 hour supply. We come up, we had a break, we come back up, taps into this 1 hour supply, and then now we're of course, having a little bit of retracement. So this is very similar to dollar. Look at this candle, and then look at the dollar's candle. Very similar, exact same position that we were looking for. So with that being said, let me just mine this up. So with that being said, we could obviously now look at this and go, okay, so we have this level of supply that is in control, and it's more of a 1 hour supply. So we have this level of supply that's in control. Now, of course, what I would need to see happen is I would need to see a break. So if you look at where we're currently at right now, we're obviously on an uptrend. I would like to see, if I drop down to the 30 and 15, can we see something different? So if you look at the 15-minute, we've obviously had, higher highs, higher lows being created. Very small uptrend that's been going on. And we've started to slow down. So if you look at this, we're starting to slow down. And obviously now we've had a bit more movement. So what I'd expect is, because we've had that one change of trend, I'd expect to pull back into this level of supply. And then if we can break again this low, I would then look to participate in this area, because we've had not only one break, but two break structures to take this on downwards. So hopefully that makes sense. So we've had one 15-minute break. Let's get that. One 15-minute break here. So I would expect a pullback into, I'd expect the 15-minute supply area. If we're going to carry on downwards, I would expect this 15-minute supply area to eventually pull back in. And if we can get another break, guys, like I just said, another break structure, then it'd be the same thing, 15-minute supply, 1 hour supply to take this trend on downwards. So yeah, keep an eye out on that. That'll be interesting to follow going into Monday, of course, depending on if the dollar follows suit as well. Also, make sure if you're trading this, follow the dollar. Follow the dollar, dollar, dollar. Make sure you do. Don't trade it blindly. EU, same situation, of course, a little bit more uglier. You can see that we're in, this 4 hour range. We've had a 4 hour change of trend, which aligns with GU, because GU is in a downtrend, whereas EU it's been a bit weird looking at the markets, because EU was trending upwards, when obviously GU looked like it was trending downwards. Now, first thing you can obviously see, we have that daily lower high, daily lower low, daily breaker structure here. Now, first thing I can, see as well, which I always like, is EU has met above the 50%. So EU has come above the 50% into the premium area. The premium area. When you're in the premium area and in a downwards trend, you're more likely to look for the market to sell off, because we're at an expensive price. Because obviously you want to sell high, buy low. So obviously vice versa, if we're in an uptrend, we want to be looking at below the 50% mark, which is in a discounted area, because it's cheaper, and the cheapest that we can buy, the better trend that we can get and the better trade that we can get, if that makes sense. So first thing I can see is, of course, if you look at the 4 hour structure that we had right now, you'll be able to see that if you just follow the structured downwards trend, and then we went back into an upwards trend, we had a break structure here, What should have happened here is if it was going to carry on, it should have done this. We didn't get that. And then we had a break of this low here. And then we traded into this 1 hour supply area, as you guys can see. Now, of course, with that change of trend on the 4 hour, we want to be able to see this market, of course, carry on downwards, break structure again, and then carry this down. So, of course, we've not had that to the full extent right now, but let's see if we can see something similar. Yes, as you guys can already probably see, because it's an ugly, supply candle. This is where we're currently at. Again, same as the others. We're in this 15-minute 1 hour supply. Pardon me. Now, as you can see on here, we have obviously this, uptrend that's been going on. We have higher high, higher low, higher high. Right now, this demand is in control. So we could expect to see, this, of course, because this level of demand is in control. But what we want to see is we want to see a break below this low. And then we want to be able to, either participate here because we've had one change of trend. But if you wait for two breaks of structure, so one change of trend, another break of structure, that will give you double confirmation to be looking for sells to carry this trend on downwards. So, two things. We are in this level of demand, 15-minute demand right now. So that means that demand is in control. So we expect the market to carry on upwards. But if we're following everything else, if we can break this, then obviously that could give us one confirmation. Then if we break again, so that's what one break. If we break again, then of course that'll be two confirmations. You should be looking to sell this market down from a supply, 15-minute 1 hour supply area around here once we get double breaks. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys that are on here. Keep an eye out on that. Make sure that you guys also, as I say, follow the dollar and follow what the dollar is doing. But let me keep that there. Going into AUD USD, it should be pretty much similar. As you guys can clearly see, we are, let me just make this look a little bit cleaner. Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay, so as you guys can see, we're in this range right here. So we're in between this daily range from this high, this low and this high. Now, because we had a break of structure here, we expected the markets obviously then come up and then start trading downwards. So we've had the retracement on the lower time frames up into our daily supply. We didn't meet the 4 hour, we met the daily. We have filled in a lot of the imbalance. And then we expect, a movement to carry this trend on downwards. Now we need the 4 hour to align with the daily, which it has done, which is always a positive. Now, if we look at this right now, you guys should be able to see the actual trend. You can see that I've got the breaker structures all out for you. So you can see that we've got the trend going on. And then we started to go back into that upwards trend. Now we was in this 1 4 hour structure here. We needed to break it. And as you guys can see, we got that break of structure. So because we got that break of structure, that gives me confidence of going, okay, the daily is down and the 4 hour is now down. So that is obviously two confirmations for us to carry on selling this downwards. Now, of course, the markets have been moving a bit mad. So, right now, it's not as clean as we would like. Like, if you guys are panicking about the markets or something right now and you don't like the look of them, this is not how the markets look at all times. So don't be so harsh on yourself. But as you can see, we're in this 4 hour range currently. So if I drop down to the smaller time frames and let's see what's going on. So let's see what's going on. Okay, so for me, we obviously had this 4 hour break. Now, the 4 hour is obviously from, to be fair, it should be from up here. I don't know why it's there, because that was the last. So as you guys can see, we're in this range currently. We had this 1 hour supply that we met. So we met this 1 hour supply. Obviously we broke and then we come back up, we met this 1 hour supply and then we broke again. Now, as you guys can see, hopefully you can, this area that taps into this supply became our next supply zone. So this was our next 1 hour supply. Now, as you guys can see, we come back up and then we started to move away from this. Now, as you can notice, what I always say is when we meet a level of supply, we want to see a break of structure. So as you can see, once we had this range, when we come back into this level of supply, we then got movement down and we broke these structures here on a 1 hour. So when we come back up into this 1 hour supply, what do we expect? Well, we expect the market to move down and break structure again. Now, of course, this right now isn't doing that. And it has been reacting out of what? You can probably see already with your eyes, this level of demand area, this level of demand area, which is obviously, worrying for us currently. But understand that we're still in that 4 hour range. So looking at this right now, if you can see this trend that's happening, so if you look at this trend that's going on right now, we obviously, creating a few higher highs and higher lows. I want to see a break. If I can see a break, then that will confirm that we're just playing out of a supply zone. If we can get one break, amazing. Perfect. 4 hour daily. Now the 1 hour is aligned to sell this on downwards. If we can get a double break, if you guys want to be more reserved, one break, two break, then this is where you 100% have your confirmations. So I want to see this area broke first, because right now, this level of demand is in control. This level of demand, this 1 hour demand area is in control for this to just carry on upwards. And if we carry on upwards, what we'll do is we will take out, this kind of like trendline liquidity, which we have here, and we'll probably take out this 4 hour, area as well. So keep that in mind. That is a 4 hour higher high because it was a change of trend. Sorry, one sec. So yeah, just keep that in mind. We either need to see a break of this, which would be a good confirmation. Double break might be a better confirmation, but right now demand is in control. We've got a 1 hour higher high, 1 hour higher low, and a 1 hour break of structure. So we are in between this 1 hour range currently. So hopefully you guys can see that. NU should be very similar, yeah. So I'm not going to go straight into the higher time frames. I can, in fact, I will. You know what I'm like. So as you guys can see, we've got our 4 hour low high, got our 4 hour and daily lower high, daily lower low, our daily break structure. You can see the 4 hour trend when we went from a 4 hour downwards trend to a 4 hours upwards trend, and now we're in this 4 hour downwards trend. So again, it's, this has been looking clean. Like I look at this and I was like, yeah, this is looking clean. So just carry this on and break this weekly and daily lower low. Now, of course, where you can see we've got our 4 hour range. We have our 4 hour range that we met here. We have this big 4 hour candle, but I refined it down to the 1 hour supply candle. And then we had another break of structure. So this is my 4 hour lower high, 4 hour lower low. Now let's go down to the lower time frames and see what's going on. So obviously right now, this is the supply candle that we're currently playing out of. This is the supply candle that we're currently playing out of. The only thing is we've come into the extreme part of it, and this 1 hour is in control. So we've got this 1 hour demand area that is still in control. So as you guys can see, if we follow the trend right now, you'll be able to see that when we was going into this downwards trend on the 1 hour, in the 4 hour range, we obviously had this, then we had a break, broke this this level of supply, and then we started to trend upwards. So now this is the range that we're in. So because this is we broke this structure here, we expect a pullback to carry on upwards on the 1 hour. The only way that won't happen is if we break this area. So if we get, as always, if we get this low broken, that's one confirmation to sell. If we get a double break and another break here, then you should be looking to sell this downwards. We should attack this 4 hour lower low. And then eventually, possibly, if you swing traders, attack this weekly, daily lower low. So that is what I'm waiting for. Demand is in control, keep that in mind. But we are waiting for either a change of trend or else this is going to carry on upwards. So let's see how this plays out. USD CAD, I think USD CAD's moving ugly, like extremely ugly because it was just trending. It's not really had the pullbacks that we liked. But as you can probably see, just quickly, we're in this range right here. If we go to the daily time frame, we've had a daily change of trend. So if you look, we've had this daily change of trend. So we've got daily higher low, daily higher high. So we expect eventually the markets to come into this lower part and then carry on upwards. So if you look at this right now, we will get a pullback eventually. We should do. We have a clear demand area here. A clear daily demand area here. If I just get rid of anything, this is a clear daily demand that has imbalance above that broke structure. So you can clearly see that. Now, if we drop down to the 4, you can see that obviously there's nothing really clear for us to be like, yeah, I can see this. You know, look at the structure of this. High, 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 low, high, 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 low. You can see the clear the trend compared to this. This is just, you know, I'm going to the moon. So currently right now, we are in between this 4 hour higher low and this daily plus 4 hour higher high. So if we drop down to the 1 hour, what I would obviously expect the market to probably come and do is this will be your 4 hour supply. It's realistically the 4 hour demand, sorry, is the whole of this. But obviously, we don't want to trade just one big block. You know, you can either refine it to this, or I would like to refine it to this, or maybe this one because the imbalance is above here. So I would like to see if we can possibly get USD CAD to maybe have a pullback into this and then carry this trend on upwards. But if we're just trending like this right now, don't expect it to do that. We could just carry on trending right now like this because on this 4 hour range, yeah, just I'd like to see this, but let's just see. Let's just see. In this 4 hour range, we could obviously just carry on trending because that is what USD CAD has been doing. Now, USD CHF, Swiss franc. Let's go to the 4 hour time frame. What can we see? Well, you can see that we've been in this daily range from this daily higher low to this daily higher high for quite some time. We've met this daily demand area. And as you can see, we went from an uptrend into the 4 hour downtrend, and now we've started to shift back up into the uptrend. So that is a positive sign. Now, if I just show you guys this, hopefully you should be already seeing it. But this whole sell candle before the movement up that broke the structure, that is our level of 4 hour demand. Now, as you guys can see, we're currently still in that level of demand right now. So I expect, this to carry on upwards from here, and carry this trend, the 4 hour trend upwards. Can we see anything that is refined on the lower time frames? Pardon me? So not really. Not really. So what I would, expect is if you look at this area, you can see clearly that we're in a 15-minute downwards trend right here. We've been creating 15-minute lower highs and lower lows. So what I'd expect is if we can get a break, I wouldn't trade straight away. But if we can get a double break, so we get one break structure, two break structures, that's when I will look to buy this upwards because we're still in this level of demand area. So that is, what I will be waiting for. So again, understand that we have to wait. We have to wait for a break firstly. And when I say a break, I mean a candle closure above here. And then if we can get that, I want to wait for a double break on here just to be extra careful. That's what I would like to see. One break, two breaks, then trade. Other than that, 15-minute supply is still in control. So I would just be aware of that for USD CHF. USD Japanese yen. Let's see what's going on. Let's go to the 4 hour. So as you guys can see, clear, we're in this daily lower high, daily lower low. Now, obviously, this is a positive sign. We have a 4 hour downwards trend. 4 hour downwards trend was happening here, and we've had this 4 hour change of trend right now. So we've had this 4 hour change of trend here. Let me just move this across. Which means for me, very positive. We can look to buy this on upwards. Now, of course, right now, if you look at this, let me just zoom right in, you'll be able to notice that we have broken this trend, and we've gone from a downwards trend into an upwards trend. So we've got our daily lower low, but it's also a 4 hour lower low. So daily plus 4H lower low, and our 4 hour higher high. Now, this is my level of demand that we're meeting. What I would like to see, because we've had one change of trend, if we can possibly get above this, break another structure, then I would say to you guys, buy. 100% buy this upwards. Look for a demand area that's clear for this pullback to then buy this on upwards. So if we can get a double break, that is extra confirmation that we need to see. So USD, Japanese yen, that is what I'm interested in currently. If I drop down to the 1 hour, can we see anything that is clear? So we've got this 4 hour met. So what you could do is, because it's reacting out of this supply area, what I would wait for is, if you look at this, we've gone from obviously this uptrend here, then we had this downwards trend, then we go back into the upwards trend. So what I would wait for is, if we break above this high, then look to buy. So if we can get a break above this high here, then I would look to buy USD Japanese yen upwards like this. Hopefully that makes pretty much clear sense to you guys. Because we're not, supply won't be taking control, because obviously this supply area now could just carry on downwards. But if we could break this high again, we've had one break, two breaks, this will be the third. I obviously think to break this higher high here. So that is what I'd look out for on USD Japanese yen. And that is it for the majors today, guys. I'm not going to go over any cross pairs just because I don't want to keep these too long for use on here. I know that you probably getting ready for work, or getting ready to head out and take the kids to school, or whatever it is that you guys are up to. So I hope that you got a lot of knowledge from this. I'm going to make some content this week to upload to YouTube on market structure, on different things. And yeah, man, keep an eye out. Obviously, I want you guys, I don't know how much you guys on here need these calls. I know that some people comment, but not loads of people comment. So if you guys are enjoying it, please let me know, because if I give value to you guys, I will 100% look to, continue to give, something in 2025 to you guys. Like, I love the educational space. I love to teach people, love to educate people. So if that's an option that people like me, to go into, let me know. Let me know, of course. So yeah, other than that, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Take care as always, and God bless.